Hey, my friends, we will be right back to the show. But I have a question for you. Are you struggling with the impact of childhood trauma? Well, know that you're not alone. I'm here to let you know that I'm starting a brand new weekly coaching group that includes a year of life coaching, accountability, support, habit and goal setting, and more. I'm starting a waitlist for the group right now, and I'm only taking a handful of people. And I'll let you know that through this personalized coaching, we'll work together to help you understand how your childhood trauma has shaped your beliefs, behaviors, emotions, and will help you create a roadmap for healing and growth. Right now, you can schedule an absolutely free coaching session with me and get put on the wait list if you go to thinkunbroken.com. My friends, it's your time to turn your trauma into triumph, breakdowns into breakthroughs, and become the hero of your own story. And I'm here to support you in doing that. Just go to thinkunbroken.com to register for a free coaching call with me and to get put on the wait list for the brand new weekly coaching program. We'll be right back to the show. But before we do, I want to tell you about today's sponsor, factormeals.com, where if you go to factormeals.com/unbroken50 and use the code unbroken50, you can get 50% off your first order. That's factormeals.com/unbroken50. If you're like me and you are a person who is busy trying to create a life, heal, work on their health, wealth, and relationships, and not to mention deal with the day-to-days of normal life, you do not have time to be going to the grocery store and trying to figure out what you're going to cook every single day of the week. In fact, one time I did the math and I realized I was spending over 15 hours a week at the grocery store and cooking. When I added Factor, I got to use that time for myself, for my family, for my friends, for my community, and for my business. And so if you're in the place where you need some more support in the kitchen, head to factormeals.com/unbroken50 and use the code unbroken50 to get 50% off. Hey, my friends, we will be right back to the show. But I have a question for you. Are you struggling with the impact of childhood trauma? Well, know that you're not alone. I'm here to let you know that I'm starting a brand new weekly coaching group that includes a year of life coaching, accountability, support, habit and goal setting, and more. I'm starting a waitlist for the group right now, and I'm only taking a handful of people. And I'll let you know that through this personalized coaching, we'll work together to help you understand how your childhood trauma has shaped your beliefs, behaviors, emotions, and will help you create a roadmap for healing and growth. Right now, you can schedule an absolutely free coaching session with me and get put on the wait list if you go to thinkunbroken.com. My friends, it's your time to turn your trauma into triumph, breakdowns into breakthroughs, and become the hero of your own story. And I'm here to support you in doing that. Just go to thinkunbroken.com to register for a free coaching call with me and to get put on the wait list for the brand new weekly coaching program. Hey, what's up, Unbroken Nation? Welcome to the Think Unbroken podcast. I'm your host, Michael Unbroken, and this podcast is about helping trauma survivors let go of the past, overcome their fear, discover their identity, become the hero of their own story, and ultimately to be unbroken. Our goal in company is to bring on guests and experts in the fields of mental, physical, and psychological health to help you overcome the past, to take back your power. And in this podcast, we are unedited and unfiltered, and we're going to give it to you real so that you can start to create massive change in your life. If you're curious about learning more outside the podcast, you can get a free copy of my book, Think Unbroken, at book.thinkunbroken.com. That's book.thinkunbroken.com, where you can get a copy of my #1 best-selling book, Think Unbroken: Understanding and Overcoming Childhood Trauma. The most important thing that you can ever do, my friends, is show up for yourself, and that's where you are today. And I appreciate you. I have massive gratitude for you. And without further ado, let's get into the show. What's up, Unbroken Nation? Want to take a minute here and say, first and foremost, thank you for listening, for subscribing, for being a part of this podcast and this movement of the Unbroken Nation. I'm always going to show you guys some love. I want to read quickly a review that popped in, and unfortunately, for some reason, their name didn't show up, so I apologize. Not sure why. I'm not apologizing for Apple. Never mind. I take that back. So Apple, figure your shit out so I can credit whoever said this because it matters. So it is titled Straightforward and Practical. Michael's no nonsense approach to healing is a must hear for people of any age in the world nowadays, but especially young people. His authenticity shows in the passion he speaks with. And like he says, his advice works, and he gives it to the viewers with a step by step plan that listeners can apply today. I love that. Thank you so much. Like, that's what I always tell people. That's the mission and the goal of this show, to give you practical tools you can apply today, not tomorrow, not next week, not a fucking year from now, today. Look, the truth about this is everything in your life is right here. It's right now. It's ready to happen. It's ready to take place, but you are waiting. Let me tell you this. The number one thing in my life that I apply to is this concept. And you've heard me say it before, but I'm going to say it again. Commit first and figure out the rest later. One of the things that you have to understand about being a trauma survivor is that often we try to revert to having game plans for everything to create a parameter of safety in our life before taking action. Look, at the end of the day, that's totally and completely reasonable. I don't think that anyone would ever argue with the fact that when we come from this hypervigilant state and we have to figure out how to navigate the world, that in order to do it effectively, we've needed game plans so that we can create safety. Right? That's fine. I think we all can agree with that. The problem with that, though, is to some extent, and especially depending on how deep into this that you actually go, you're actually going to turn into a massive procrastinator. And not only that, you're going to impede all opportunity to create the future that you want because everything is not perfect. Commit first and figure out the rest later is something that you see all of the greatest people in the personal development and mindset and entrepreneurial space and the business space and the leadership space and the family space. Everyone who is successful at life, like really successful, that I've ever looked up to or been mentored by or studied or anything, from Grant Cardone to Tom Bilyeu to Tony Robbins to Marie Forleo, Rachel Hollis, it doesn't matter who it is, they all have the same thing. And if you adapt this, I promise you your life will be different. Commit first and figure out the rest later. What does that really mean in a practical sense? It means this. Right now, there's something in your life that you know that you need to do, but you're scared to do it because it feels like it's either daunting or too long or there's a lot happening. And of course, I always will tell you to set goals. I believe in that entirely. Set goals and reverse engineer those goals and then start moving forward. When you commit to your goals, when you commit to what it is that you want in life because you have clarity about them, and then you move forward with massive action, you will see over time that comes to fruition. Let me give you an example. So I get a message the other day from my homie, and he's amazing. You heard me talk about him before. His name's Russ Yeager. And Russ messages me. He's like, dude, you got to come to this speaking event in Atlanta. This is a week away from today. So this is real time happening right now. And this is last night. He messages me. He's like, dude, you need to be here. You have to be here because this is one of the most important events of the year that you can be involved in. Figure it out. Let me know. And so I have some back and forth with Russ, just trying to get out the details. I don't know anything about the event. I never researched it. I never looked it up. Nothing. But he hits me up and he goes, dude, you need to be here. And so I looked at my calendar, I looked at my schedule, and I was like, oh my gosh, there's so much going on. But when someone in my life who I trust tremendously, who I trust, says, you need to be here, my first thought is how? How do I do it? What do I need to do? How can I commit? How can I show up? What do I need to reschedule? What do I need to put earlier into my week, later into my week? How soon can I leave? Where's the hotel? And I just start figuring it all out. And the very first thing that I do in that is I buy the ticket. I don't even know where I'm staying. I don't know where the event is. I don't know how I'm going to get there. I don't know about the rental car. I don't know about anything except this. I know what time I need to show up, and I bought a plane ticket. That's it. That is 99.999% of this game. Committing. Because the rest, it will figure itself out between me and my team and assistants and everyone else and friends. I can always figure out everything else. And you can too. But you have to be willing to make a decision and show up for your life. We'll be right back, but I wanted to take a quick moment to tell you about the Think Unbroken 6-week trauma healing coaching program. If you go to coaching.thinkunbroken.com, that's coaching.thinkunbroken.com, you can sign up for the 6-week daily Think Unbroken trauma healing coaching program. In this program, we're going to go over the 6 principles of healing trauma, adaptation, understanding the impacts of trauma, how to become the hero of your own story, what to do next, and ultimately what it means to be unbroken. For more information about this 6-week coaching program, which you can download as an app on your phone and take with you everywhere, no matter where you are in the world, it's interactive. It's built about giving you practical tools that you can use in real time. And if you're ready for what's next in your life, go to coaching.thinkunbroken.com. Again, that's coaching.thinkunbroken.com. Now let's get back to the show. I'm telling you, show up for your life. Some of you right now, you're listening to this and you're like, man, I want to do that thing. I want to go to therapy, right? I want to get a coach. I want to read this book. I want to take that trip. I want to get out of this relationship or out of this career or into whatever is next in my life. I want to go practice martial arts, right? I want to go painting. I want to dance. I want to feel joy and happiness and love and empathy and embrace other human beings in my life. You have got to commit to it. Today you can commit to it. I want you to do this for me. Let me rephrase that. I want you to do this for you because your life has nothing to do with my life. Let's just be very clear about that. I want you to do this for you. I want you to take a pen and I want you to take a piece of paper and I want you to just start writing down for the next 5 minutes, just nothing else except what you want to create in your life. What you want to do with your life, how you want to exist in your life. And I want you to write them down and just look at it and go, these are the things I want. I want happiness. I'll give you some examples of what I wrote down today. I want happiness in a way that's fulfilling with people in my life who bring value to me. I want a lake house with a beautiful view that I can see the sunrise with floor-to-ceiling windows, where in the morning I can sit down and make my coffee and sit in a den and write my next book. I want to speak all over the world all the time. I want to be a New York Times best-selling author. I want to have the #1 mental health and personal development podcast in the world. I want to be coached by the greatest minds on planet Earth. I want to be wealthy so that I can have a lake house that I can put foster kids in, that I can take them from the streets how I needed when I was a kid. And look, the list goes on and on and on. And what I always ask myself is this: what can I commit to today that moves me towards that? What do I need to do? How do I need to show up? How do I need to live my life? What do I need to do today to be in my own life? Because see, you're waiting for your life to happen. You're watching television and dreaming about what could be. But I'm telling you what can be. What can be is the life that you want to have if you commit. You want to dance? Go to the dance class tonight. Stop waiting for tomorrow. I promise you in your town there's a dance class tonight. I promise there is. You have to find it. And there's this thing called Google. Go get on it and figure it out. You want to write a book? Great. Go figure it out. There's YouTube. Commit tonight. Watch a 20-minute video. Plant the seed. Start moving forward. You want to leave the relationship? You need to leave it today. Not a month from now. Not 6 months from now. Commit to your life. You want to quit the job? Do it right now. I'm telling you, quit your job. Because here's the difference. Now, look, you should have safety and security and parameters. Like, I get it, right? I'm not trying to put you in a situation where you endanger your future, but think about it, right? How much longer are you going to put off the decision? How much longer are you going to wait till you make the choice? How much longer until you're going to step up to your own fucking life? Because nobody's coming. Guys, I'm telling you, I wish you would just hold on to this. And if you do, everything will be different. Nobody's coming to rescue you. There's no Disney moment. I wish there was. I wish I could hand you that. I wish I could hand you your future. I wish my future would just show up. I wish I was speaking on stage with Tony Robbins right now, one of my 10-year goals. I wish that was happening right now. It's not happening yet, but I commit to it by taking the actions every single day, by moving closer to it. I try to be a better speaker. I learn from other speakers. I go to events. I host events. I speak at events. I do all the things that I think I need to do by getting in alignment to be prepared.
because luck never comes to lucky people. Luck comes to the prepared. And so when you commit to your life, luck will start to follow you. The universe is always conspiring in your favor. I know you've heard that said before. I know you've read The Alchemist. I told you to read that book a long time ago. But it only conspires in your favor when you commit to the life you want to create. And yes, unfortunately, part of this is making hard and very, very difficult decisions. Maybe you got to pack up and move. Maybe you got to leave the relationship. Maybe you got to quit the job. But maybe you got to start the side hustle and work from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m., right? Because you work afternoons. You work second shift right now, right? Maybe it means you got to take better care of yourself so you can take better care of your children, right? Can you commit to walking a mile today because you haven't walked a mile in 2 years, right? I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Get your goals figured out. Sit down. I'll talk to you guys about goals all the time, but when you look at them and you bring clarity to them, and then you just simply say, I'm going to commit one thing that I can do in my life today to what's next on a long enough timeline, everything you want will be yours. But you got to show up for life, my friends. Unbroken Nation, thank you so much for listening. Of course, as always, please like, subscribe, comment, share, tell a friend. And until next time, my friends, be unbroken. I'll see ya. Unbroken Nation, hope that you just got a tremendous amount of value from today's episode. I want to know what you think. Please do me a favor and review, rate, and share the episode with 3 friends on social media today. It would mean the world if you did, because ultimately at the end of the day, creating community and connection is how we heal generational trauma in the world. And I need your help to do that, Unbroken Nation. So if you're on iTunes or Spotify or wherever you are, please like, comment, share, review. I want to know not only what you like about the show, but how I can make the show better, how I can make this further about helping you on your healing journey. So do me a favor, and when you do, shoot me a screenshot of you making the review to my DM at Michael Unbroken on Instagram so that I can have a conversation with you, say hi, and more importantly, so I can share it with the Unbroken Nation. Thank you so much, my friend.
Hey, my friends, we will be right back to the show. But I have a question for you. Are you struggling with the impact of childhood trauma? Well, know that you're not alone. I'm here to let you know that I'm starting a brand new weekly coaching group that includes a year of live coaching, accountability, support, habit and goal setting, and more. I'm starting a waitlist for the group right now, and I'm only taking a handful of people. And I'll let you know that through this personalized coaching, we'll work together to help you understand how your childhood trauma has shaped your beliefs, behaviors, emotions, and will help you create a roadmap for healing and growth. Right now, you can schedule an absolutely free coaching session with me and get put on the wait list if you go to thinkunbroken.com. My friends, it's your time to turn your trauma into triumph, breakdowns into breakthroughs, and become the hero of your own story. And I'm here to support you in doing that. Just go to thinkunbroken.com to register for a free coaching call with me and to get put on the wait list for the brand new weekly coaching program.